So this is Santana's debut album from 1969, self-titled. And before we go any further, I just want to talk about the imagery on the front of the sleeve. I've always been fascinated by this. We've got a lion's face and mane here roaring towards us, but when you look closer you can actually see that there are 5 individual human faces in there, and also the image of a boy in the centre. And I think Santana's making a statement here about the balance between the wilds of nature and humanity. You can see it a bit clearer there. And certainly all the elements are in balance on this record, but I'll talk a bit more about the music later. Anyway, let's get it unwrapped and we'll have another chat later about the music. So this is published on Sony's Legacy label, 180 gram vinyl, and it's quite a nice package. I really like it. Here you can see I'm making the first slice into the cellophane. Always a good moment. Really well packaged, as I said. And oh, look at this. This is my favourite bit. Removing that cellophane from the cover. And I am a little bit sad. Any labels that are on the cellophane, so that label in the top left, for example, that Legacy label, I do like to keep. Sometimes they have some good information on there, but I've ended up keeping them all anyway, and I've done this for years with vinyl and CDs, and I used to do it with cassettes when I used to purchase those as well. The back cover, which I'm just flipping over to now, as you can see, photographs of the band in action, track listing, and it gives you the details of that classic lineup of the band which recorded this album, seen as the best lineup of Santana, and recently they reunited to make a more current album, which I've not actually heard yet. I must get a copy of that at some point. As for the vinyl itself, really high quality. I'm very impressed with this, and it was very clean as well. Recently I've noticed I've had to clean quite a number of records that have arrived new. I don't know if they've been sitting in warehouses or whatever, but this was in really good condition. 9 tracks overall, 5 on the first side, 4 on the second, and the overall sound is that late 60s psychedelic rock with Latin instruments and influences overlaid. Really good sound. I like this album. There it is playing. I can't play you any of the tracks obviously because of copyright law, but I thought I'd also show you some of the other albums I've got in my collection by Santana. So this one is Abraxas, and another one here, Moonflower. I love those 2 albums. Abraxas is probably my favourite though, and this one is a special one, Lotus, which is over 3 discs and is a live album. And there's the back of it, and he's got some really amazing artwork on there, so that's a favourite in my collection. That's the inside. But anyway, let's go over to me for my final thoughts and the roundup to this video. I definitely recommend buying a few Santana records for fans of really good sounding vinyl, really well mastered hard rock for vinyl. Santana's really good on this form. And another album I would suggest considering to get, is Santana Abraxas. This, after Santana, the debut album, is their other really good album for me, and this is a beautiful package. I've got an original release here from the early 70s, I believe it was, but this has also been reissued, I think by Sony. It was released on CBS Records at the time, but I think by Sony or one of their imprints, and so it's out there to buy as well. So I would really recommend these 2 Santana albums. Okay, that's all for now. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you like what you see, also have a look at my Patreon channel as well, and consider giving a little bit. That helps me to buy some more vinyl so I can make some more unwrapping and review videos coming soon.